Okay. We've had a long day. We just did dinner with the group.
Nice
and,
dinner. It was a very nice dinner.
Really cool time getting together. But wanted to finish out with a little verbiage of talk to Kellie and Christy today. I'll try to get at least one video out each a day. Tomorrow's Sunday, our day off, so we'll get some time to call family, and actually we'll call Becca and check in to see how the fort is holding up. Thank you very much, Rebecca and Sebastian and Uncle Doug, all back home carrying.
Even Mr. Bob and Mr. Bale. Thank you.
But anyhow, a fun day because we had a lot of fellowship time.
Yeah, it started with, it seems like prayer this morning was just
Really
a little
good
extra. And it was, I feel it was a little bit about, understanding that a fellow human our fellow humans are probably where we may be someday, a little brokenhearted and needing that extra little prayer and love and TLC. And so that it just started the morning off on such a positive, I think, note.
We hear all these stories about, cancer-free, 90% reduction and stuff, and then some of the realities of after this 3 weeks, there's a movement in the right direction, but it's not what we were expecting, It's not like a urinary tract infection where you're going to drink a few teas and have it be gone by the end of the week or whatever. I don't know anything about a urinary tract infection, but, to have measurable results in the right direction is a great start.
Yes.
And
yes.
A little disappointing at the same time,
But the foundation is being laid, and I think that's something that we were reminded of very kindly today. Is
kind of hit our whole group today in the last couple of days. It's like, well, hey, that's good, isn't it?
Yes,
I mean, but it's not 90%.
But we're not 3 months out.
Yeah.
And what we were reminded today was that this didn't happen. This didn't take 3 weeks to happen to Scott or any of the other
Lisa,
patients.
who was one of the 4-year, she's
4-year Lisa.
Yeah, we've been calling her 4-year Lisa. Gabby reached out to her and she was like, yeah, it takes time. This is a journey. So the illusion that you're going to have
a magic bullet, quick results.
This is becoming more of a reality that this might be a lifestyle for a few years that we've got to stick to.
No, maybe even forever.
Yeah.
We might have to look at some major life changes, and all, by the way, in healthy, positive, less stress-inducing areas, because let's face it, we all have some stress we're dealing with. So, and food and spiritual, emotional, love people.
Well,
so.
Okay, we'll keep you guys posted.
Love you all.
Love you. Thank you for checking up on us.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Interesting. Okay, Kellie has agreed, thank you very much, to come and talk to us. We're going to do like kind of the same questions that we asked Scott. Was what got you here? What was the testimonials? What was the diagnosis? What was the testimonials or the reason behind why you came to Hope for Cancer? And then what was your experience?
Okay. My diagnosis is secretory carcinoma of the minor salivary glands. It actually became or labeled in 2017, but it had been misdiagnosed since 2010, and I think just clumped in with some other salivary gland cancers. But the gene markers, they finally decided that it was significantly a separate cancer. So in 2017, they named it secretory carcinoma. I was diagnosed in 23, and it was supposed to be a cut it out, and that would be it. I probably wouldn't have to deal with it for the rest of my life. 90% curable.
That came from a oncologist?
It came from an oncologist, Cleveland Clinic, and I also flew to Sloan Kettering for a second opinion. And they too felt the same, that it would be removed and I would probably never deal with it again. And I think I got about, not quite a year, about 9 months, it showed up in my limb. And I then had a neck dissection and they removed 44 lymph nodes and my submandibular gland. Only two were positive for disease. But then you go from a stage 1A to a stage 4, you know.
Overnight.
It's metastatic, yeah. And then I got probably another 10 months, and they found another nodule all the way in the back of my palate. And just this April, they went in. It was benign. They took out 5 other pieces of tissue because my PET scan showed something, and 1 had microscopic disease. So now they want to go in and take out, which she explained, like a softball back there, which is huge. And probably speech, breathing, swallowing, eating will all be affected. And then of course radiation. So I decided to come here. How did I find out about Hope for Cancer?
Yeah.
So when my little sister, I lost her in 20 to renal cell carcinoma, kidney cancer. No connections. Both hospitals said there is no genetic connections with any of my family. I lost my father at 33 to melanoma. I was just a child. I lost my mom at 66, just in 2017 to lung cancer. So both hospitals, Sloan Kettering and Cleveland Clinic, no connections between any of these. I also lost my stepfather in 20, who truly, he has no genetic connections to multiple myeloma. So lots of cancer background, lots of studying,
Holy
lots of looking
smokes.
at everything. But for my sister, we waited too late, in desperation, calling here, calling some other places. And Hope for Cancer would not take her. She was too advanced. And at that time, it stuck with me that you could have took our money. You could have said, yeah, come, we'll but they didn't.
Shot.
Yeah, they didn't. And that stuck with me. And
As having integrity.
yes,
Yeah.
as not just saying, yeah, come on. Well, you know, that they really, they wanted her scans, they wanted to take a look at everything. And so I never forgot that. And then fast forward to now, that's really why I took the journey here. I probably took the journey here a little bit for different reasons from everybody else. Sure, we all want a cure, but we also know there's no easy, there's no,
It's not going to be an overnight matter.
yeah, and there's no magic. Cancer is sneaky, and it's terrible, it's awful, but I got something so much greater here spiritually than I have of anything.
Love that.
Of anything. And for me, with the loss of everybody, you know, that breaks you. And then to have your own diagnosis. So just to come here and have that, and you guys, I mean, you know, and to pray and worship every morning with everybody, it's just something I never had.
It's a great group here, huh?
Oh, it's incredible.
Wow,
It's incredible. The people that you meet, I mean, what do we have? We had glioblastoma, pancreatic, breast, colon, peritoneal.
Yeah,
I've met 2
peritoneum
people
or
with,
something.
yeah, the lining of your stomach, of all your organs. I mean, and their stories and just the unity and the people at Hope for Cancer. I mean, everything's ran so smoothly and genuinely.
Yeah.
And personally, so it's really been, it's
Awesome.
been an amazing 3 weeks.
Did you have a test out?
I did.
Ultrasound? Or?
I did, and so having microscopic, you can't see that even on an MRI.
Gotcha.
And the nodule was removed and it was benign. And then the tissue that they removed, so of course they want to go back in because they know it's in there. But it's not something, and I knew it when I came here, it's not something that I'm going to be able to measure by my test, really, because I don't have anything to go towards.
Gotcha.
Faith and prayer and hoping that
Yeah.
what I'm doing here is going to keep it at bay. Because for me, you know, something an oncologist, Dr. Rini, told my sister in her trials, and I believe this, and especially if you read and you follow Western medicine, and because it's hard to cure people with it. They do have cures for some, but there's too many cancers. But Dr. Rini told us if the goal in medicine in these trials and such that my sister was doing is to one day have a medicine that can treat your cancer much like a high blood pressure or diabetes. That you'll live a full life, but it'll be a chronic disease. And they'll be able to maintain it and do that.
So be a lifelong member of the cancer club.
Yes. And so
yeah,
we left that day really angry, but in time and in all that I have read and studied and trying to save my own family, I do realize how complicated cancer is.
Sure.
I mean, it really isn't a simple fix.
Not to throw stones at what Western medicine's doing, but I feel like what we got here is the full picture of, there were a few reports that weren't dynamite, you know, they were just little progress reports that were a step in the right direction. But some feedback that we got, especially from Lisa, who was here when we first got here, she was coming back for her 4-year checkup. Hers, you know, it's a slow progression of handling it. So we might be a lifelong patient of cancer as it is.
Exactly.
But we're going to do it this way as opposed to that way.
Exactly.
And you're building up your immune system, and you're focused on your spiritual and your
the whole body.
Physical,
The whole body. And that is exactly why I share that story about, you know, him sharing that with us. That's the way I'm looking at it for me. Yeah. Okay, you keep coming back. I don't have a year yet of not having it. So I'm going to go a different route. I'm going to, you know, I'm not interested in the radiation. I obviously have declined it twice. But I'm just interested in keeping it at bay without destroying my quality of life.
Yeah.
I'm not willing to give that up.
Yeah. I hadn't heard that was their goal, was to get something that you could maintain a chronic disease status. But that's very close in line with what Ozzy Scott said yesterday, you know, or the other day whenever we talked.
Yeah.
You know, it's just they're not looking for a cure. It doesn't seem, or I don't know, maybe I got that out of a different conversation with him.
Well, and you know, honestly, you know, Western medicine, big pharma, I mean, if you want to be angry, that's who I'm angry at, but the doctors and everybody, I mean, they know what they know, and they don't have time to study. Like my doctor, when I asked her specifically, have you ever seen a case, because I know how rare it is, and I've only found one study of 600 patients, and she said, Kelly, there are 40 salivary gland cancers. So I took that away with, I better do my homework. You know, she doesn't have time to look into this and do. So it's not a blame game, because cancer is complicated. It really is. And it's our job to be an advocate for yourself and to do all that you can. And I'm sad that a lot of people don't get to experience places like Hope for Cancer. I mean, this is a gift.
Yeah.
It's a gift to ourselves. Sure is.
Thank you for taking the time. Any last words?
No, I got through it.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
We do the work day